Legal stuff, but more importantly, spoiler stuff. So, don't say I didn't warn ya.
Previously on Xander Talks Disney. What's it gonna be about? Probably not another Christmas episode. I mean, who's stupid enough to do a Christmas episode in January? Some idiot, who knows? But for real, what's the episode gonna be about? Oh yeah, that's right. The last episode comes out 3 days before Christmas, which makes it impossible for me to record an entire episode within a matter of 2 days. Because you try editing this crap. Well, it's not entirely Christmassy. And now! Stop! I get it. I'm an idiot for reviewing something Christmas themed in the middle of January when pretty much everybody's already unwrapped their Christmas presents. But like I said at the end of the last episode, which you just saw previously on a second ago, the last episode came out 3 days before Christmas, which means editing and filming and all that jazz. I don't know why I said editing and filming beforehand, but you catch my drift. It would be a nightmare for me. And this show is already a pain in the butt for me to make with my computer. So, without further ado, a Hawkeye review. Now before you ask, wait, why are you doing Hawkeye? How come you didn't do Loki, or What If, or any of the movies that came out since Falcon and Winter Soldier? Yeah, you see, I want to solely focus on the stuff that's specifically, just the mini-series, stuff like WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. Loki was gonna get a second season anyway, which we kind of already knew about before they revealed it at the end of season 1. What If, I was not a huge fan of to begin with. I mean, it was cool, but it's weird seeing somebody that looks like RDJ, but in reality was not voiced by RDJ. No offense to Mick Wingert. But much like every MCU TV show review I've done so far, I've only did 2. We're going to be reviewing each episode one by one without regurgitating the plot on a scale of 1 to 10. And then giving a final score at the end. And much like WandaVision, I'm not going to go too deep into the production of the show because this kind of was a bit of a roller coaster to begin with. Partially because, what have we been through for the past 2 years at this point? And honestly, the only cast story I really want to talk about is Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, because she kind of denied the fact she was gonna be Kate Bishop for the longest time, up until Disney Investor Day 2020, when it was revealed, yeah, she's playing Kate Bishop. This is Marvel. They can say all they want, but then in the last second, boom, they're in. Don't believe me? Charlie Cox denies being Daredevil again, is Daredevil again. Which now makes Haley Steinfeld the third, count 'em, third, by release order, by the way, actor/actress so far that has been in the MCU that was already in Into the Spider-Verse beforehand. Seriously, first we had Catherine Hahn as Agatha all along, and then all of a sudden, and then Brian Tyree Henry as one of the Eternals of Vastos, I think. Okay, alright. And now we see the animated Spider-Gwen, well, the theatrically animated Spider-Gwen, as opposed to this animated Spider-Gwen.
Oh, no, my name is Gwen, and I'm trying to be a hero like you two.
I think I just made Marvel's job easy on who to cast as Gwen Stacy in the MCU, did I? And now we're gonna have Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight, but we'll get to that when Moon Knight comes out. And of course, Mahershala Ali as Blade. Which makes me ask who's the next Into the Spider-Verse actor to be in the MCU. My money's on John Mulaney. Anyway, on to the review. You see how not excited I am? That's just proof about how much people like Hawkeye. I'm not gonna lie, this was a pretty interesting way to start off a series because they gave us callbacks to the first Avengers movie and showed us why Kate Bishop is obsessed with Hawkeye, apparently. And we get to hear them say Clint's other alter ego for once. This did set up the story of Hawkeye as best as it could, without throwing in a reason why Turn Out the Dark was a mistake. I could do this all day.
This is better than a movie. Why?
You know what sucks worse about Rogers' musical is the fact that they didn't even get their version of Hawkeye sing since, well, MCU movie musical when? Also, not for nothing, you really cannot get Lin-Manuel Miranda to do Rogers the Musical. Like, seriously, you could totally make a freaking Hamilton homage if you have the blessing from Hamilton himself. Or maybe they wanted to get Lin-Manuel Miranda, but he was too busy talking to Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
My bad! Also, I almost forgot to mention, we get to see a part of Hawkeye that is accurate to the comics, but we haven't seen in the MCU as of now.
I need you.
Is Hawkeye deaf in the comics? Oh, right, I forgot about that. Honestly, I kind of forgot that Hawkeye was deaf in the comics, but then again, do I look like a big Hawkeye fanatic? This is the only shirt I have with Hawkeye on it. This was an interesting way to start it, but a good start nonetheless. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I see why the first 2 episodes were released on the same day. We got to see a bit more why Kate Bishop got roped into all this, but we find more about that later on. We also found out her name. Well, says she's Amity from Owl House. Well, that explains a lot why she has mother issues. But I expect an Owl House video sometime in the near future. Who knows? The episode was pretty good. A great ending to the introduction, even though kind of forgettable. But we do get our first taste of Echo. More on Echo in a second, because now I gotta review it. 8 out of 10. Like I said about Echo, we meet our second deaf character in the MCU after... what's her name from Eternals? I think it's quite obvious I do not like Eternals. I mean, I'm gonna go give the people that made the Incredible Hulk an apology. Hey, is Edward Norton there? He weirdly enough accepted it. I mean, this episode did help set up who might be the main bad of this show. More on him later. But I will admit, this was a great introduction to a new character. And of course, we had a pretty awesome chase scene. Also glad no Scott Lang was willing enough to share some pin parkles with him. That's all I gotta say. 8.5 out of 10. You take 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Ow! Forgot about the wall slant. How? Well, obviously. You know, I would go legal stuff, but more importantly, spoiler stuff for Black Widow, but Black Widow came out in July of 2021. At this point, it's now fair game for that movie. And before you ask, why did Yelena show up? Well, first of all, if you managed to leave the movie theater before the post-credits scene, 1, how dare you? 2, how the hell do you miss the post-credits scene when you bought the premiere access? And 3, well, let's just say we get a callback from Falcon and the Winter Soldier in the form of Elaine.
Maybe you'd like a shot at the man responsible for your sister's death.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus, I freaking stan ya, but she sacrificed herself! Not murdered by Clint! So unless you didn't see Black Widow, Yelena showing up was not gonna surprise ya. Sorry. I give this episode a 7 out of 10. Well, somebody's back to his mid-blip crisis. This was a bit of a whatever penultimate episode, but we did get the big reveal on who the big bad is, and it surprised no one. Yeah, remember earlier when I said this? You know, this is Marvel. They can say all they want, but then in the last second, boom, they're in. Don't believe me? Charlie Cox denies being Daredevil again. Is Daredevil again. Now, all Netflix characters are now showing up in the MCU and jumping streaming services. I was right? Now Marvel Studios has the control of those characters now. Let's hope they're smart enough not to recast those roles, because honestly they were all good in them. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of cool seeing Yelena and Kate Bishop kind of interact and have some pretty good chemistry. I got some chemistry between Yelena and Kate, which is very similar to Clint and Natasha. No subtlety allowed here. So first off, you're welcome for me predicting the Netflix characters are going to show up, and 2, that's it. Anyway, even though this episode was kind of whatever, I still enjoyed it. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Hey everybody, it's me, literally days before this episode's released, wearing a different shirt and a little bit of a shadow on my face. You can't really tell. This is what happens when you're blonde and you try to grow a beard. You're probably wondering what the heck's going on. Well, it's simple, really. While I was editing this video, after I got through reviewing episode 5, as I was about to get into the episode 6 portion of the episode, well, I noticed the whole hunk of the video didn't even record. I don't know if I forgot to hit press record on my camera, or my camera didn't decide to just not keep it in the SD card, so yeah. A whole chunk of the video is missing, like Thanos snapped it out of existence. Well, we are a year away from everybody getting blipped back into existence, so kind of weirdly fitting, I guess. But you know what, instead of just scrapping the episode entirely, I'm just gonna do it all over again here. So let's go on to episode 6, shall we? And now we finish this series up. First of all, Clint, you know, a simple conversation with Yelena would have been easier, but I get it. Yelena was still under the impression that you killed Natasha, but that's pretty much, I gotta say, I don't know why I did this. And more importantly, it was nice to see Vincent D'Onofrio play Kingpin again. I only say that because I remember there was this rumor floating around that Jack Black was gonna play Kingpin in the MCU. I am so glad he didn't, because now, please make this happen. And man, you can already hear Jack Black saying it's clobbering time in your head, right? But like I said, it's nice to see Vincent D'Onofrio play Kingpin for the very last time. Sadly, literally. And all in all, it was a good final episode and a great way for Clint to pass the baton, or in this case a bow and arrow, to Kate Bishop. I give the episode a 9 out of 10. This was good, but why did I admit I was more excited for this than WandaVision? I mean, I'm not saying this was bad. Oh, no. This was an amazing series, but I gotta admit, this is not as good as Loki or WandaVision, but it was definitely better than What If, in my opinion. I'm sorry, I did not like What If that much. I mean, after all, we just went through exploring the universe, or going through multiple dimensions, and meeting past versions of ourselves from the other universes. Well, yes, I did enjoy seeing Toby, Andrew, and Tom in the same movie. But this just felt it was back to Earth in a way, which I'm not complaining about. It's still good, but I will admit, after something like that, I'm still expecting something more groundbreaking. Maybe that's what Moon Knight's gonna be, who knows. Also, not for nothing, I wouldn't be too surprised if the Disney Plus execs pretty much took heroes out of a hat and they got stuck with Hawkeye. That was kind of cool seeing a TV show getting a callback to a movie that just recently released. Because next year we're gonna be getting a movie with a TV show recently released referenced.
I'm not here to talk about Westview.
I think my major complaints with Hawkeye is, one, it's Hawkeye. He was not really the most interesting Avenger to begin with. I mean, I'm not saying he's my least favorite. Honestly, my least favorite has always been Vision for some reason. But Hawkeye, he has a bow and arrow. That's it. Second of all, why is this set during Christmas? Like, you do realize you have a Christmas movie already, right? Or they're trying to go for more of a die-hard approach and make it say Christmas, but doesn't have to be watched on Christmas. Too bad people watch Die Hard on Christmas, including me! If you can watch this all year round, yeah, it's good. If you want to watch it on Christmas or around Christmas, I'm not gonna stop you. I mean, it definitely does fit the feeling of the Christmas times, but yeah, it's not 100% a Christmas thing. It's definitely one of those things that, well, I pretty much summed it up in the beginning. It can be watched on Christmas, but it can be watched any time of the year anyway. I mean, it's not heavily Christmas themed, to be honest. Yeah, there's Christmas music playing in the background, and there's Christmas-like imagery, but it's not a Christmas story. I mean, you can't watch it any time of the year. It's not like the Avengers trying to save Santa Claus. Who the hell are you? But all in all, it's classic Marvel at its best. I give Hawkeye the series a 7.25 out of 10. But I want to know what you think. Tell me your opinion of the Hawkeye series in the comments below, or on Twitter and Instagram at ZareTheBoss, and don't forget to follow me there as well. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you real soon.
Hey everybody, thanks you for watching this video. I don't know, I said thanks you. I am really tired. Yeah, if you saw a second ago, for some reason, a whole chunk of the video somehow didn't record. I don't know what happened. I scoured through the SD card. I had no other option but to refilm it because it just poof went away. Like Thanos got rid of it. Like I just said, I don't know why I'm reiterating myself. I'm sorry if this episode came out way later than it should have. I wanted to get it out before the very end of the month because I'm getting tired of releasing episodes at the very end of the month. Maybe someday I'll fix it up. Who knows? But in the meantime, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you real soon. I know I already said that, but I like saying it again.